Okay, welcome to the tutorial on how to fill out an SFHL invoice. This invoice can be used to send the league an invoice for ice rental charges or for officials charges. From the invoice, you can see there are a lot of sections highlighted in yellow. Those are the areas that you will enter information when you're creating the invoice. So to start, we'll go to whether you want to do an ice rental or an officials invoice. Let's start by doing an ice rental invoice. You'll put the mouse into cell H2. In H2, there is a drop down box here just to the right of the cell. It's a little gray box with a black upside down triangle. You will click on that and it will open up the options. You will select ice for ice rental charges. Once you've clicked that, you will then go down to the remittance information section. This is where you will enter the name of your company that you want the check made payable to. And then below that, you will enter the street address, city, state, and zip code where you want the check mailed. You will also enter the phone number, fax, and email address as well. Moving down now, you're going to enter the line item details for each game that you wish to invoice for. We'll start by entering a game here. We'll do September 11th of 2016. So you'll enter the date, then you'll enter the time in this column here, and then you'll go to the location. The location is facility specific only. It is not sheet specific. So you will create an invoice for each facility. You will not create separate invoices for each sheet of ice within the same facility. So when you're on the location, you have the drop down box here. You'll click it and you'll see when you click on that, all of the facilities are here, but there is not multiple facilities listed for sheets of ice. For example, Germain Arena, it says main rink. That is Germain Arena, main arena, blue and green. So you would not differentiate by sheet of ice, only by facility. So we'll do a Germain Arena invoice. So we'll pick Germain, and you can see the rest of the column populates with Germain Arena. We'll then go over to the game type. This is where you select what type of game it was, by age division and by level. So you'll see it starts at the drop down with a 10 and under A, 12, 14, and 16 and under, and then there's a couple here for future use. If you scroll down below the future use is where the AA games are. 10 and under AA, 12, 14, 16, and 18. We'll do the first one as a 10 and under single A game. Once we select that, it will populate the appropriate charge for a 10 and under single A game for ice rental. So that's automatically populated. So then we'll move on to the next game. And we'll do the same day again, and we'll do a 3 o'clock game. You see you don't have to enter anything for the arena because that's already pre-populated for you and it's in white. You do not enter anything in any of the cells that are not yellow. Then we'll select from the drop down and we'll say we had an 18 and under AA game after that. So the 18 under AA game is $575 per game, and that is pre-populated. Now we move on to the next line and we'll do a 9, 18, 16, and we'll do a 12 noon game. And it's Germain Arena again, and this time we will do a 14 under AA game, and again that's $550. We'll do one more line. We'll do a 9, 25, 16 game, and we'll say it's a 7 o'clock p.m. game, and again Germain Arena, and we'll do a 12 under single A game, and there's the $550 again. So then when you scroll down to the bottom of the invoice, and you can see there's a lot of spots here to put every game that you have in the month on each line, you'll see the subtotal, which sums this entire column. And the subtotal is $2,225. If this was an officials invoice, there would be a calculated scheduling fee here, but this is an ice rental charges, so that is 0. And the total for the invoice is $2,225. Now, based on the divisions that you picked in each of these cells, it then breaks down your invoice into an A total and a AA total. And that's pretty much it for ice rental. Now, if this was an invoice for officials charges, at the very beginning, the first step you would have done was select officials instead. What that does is it changes the automated pricing input right here. So you can see the prices all changed now based on the officiating rates. For a 10 and under single A game, it's $65. For an 18 and under double A, it's $150, and so forth down. At the bottom of this column here, we see the subtotal, which is $405. There is now a scheduling fee calculated here because we selected officials up here, and it's an officials invoice. So that's calculated, and the total is $425.25 for this particular invoice. Then below here in the breakdown, you can see it's broken down by A and double A totals, and each of these totals does include its share of the scheduling fee. For the game rates for ice rental charges, you can see over here is a little table and tells you the game rates right there, and for officials, that's what they are right there. Once you have completed your invoice, you will then go ahead and print it out. It is already formatted to print in portrait mode, so you can just go ahead and click print on your printer. It will print the invoice out, and then you will go ahead and mail it to the address shown right here on the invoice. That's it for the tutorial. I hope this was helpful for you, and have a great hockey season.